This breakup is not the end, so I sat down to do this reading and 9 of Swords fell out first, then 10 of Cups. When that happens, I pay attention. These two cards together tell a story that made me stop breathing for a second. The universe does not randomly pair the deepest heartbreak with the most complete love. This is intentional. This is showing you something that your logical mind cannot see yet. The energy here feels like dawn breaking after the longest night of your life. There is something ancient happening, something that has been waiting in the space between what was and what will be. This combination whispers of cycles completing, of wounds that transform into wisdom, of love that returns but elevated to something you never thought possible. 9 of Swords showed up first and I felt it immediately. This card is 3 thoughts that claw at your chest. This is waking up and forgetting for 3 seconds that everything changed, then remembering all over again. The figure sits upright in bed, hands covering their face, and those 9 swords hang suspended above like every regret, every what if, every moment you replay on endless loop. But wait, look closer at this card because there is something most people miss. Those swords are not touching the figure. The nightmares have power only in the space between sleeping and waking. Only in the realm of fear, not reality. This card came through because you have been living in that space, in the theater of your own worst-case scenarios. You replay conversations that ended months ago. You scroll through old photos like they hold some secret you missed. You wake up reaching for someone who is not there and the absence feels like drowning. But this 9 of Swords in this position with 10 of Cups waiting behind it, this is not about staying stuck in that midnight hour of the soul. This is about recognizing that your grief is proportional to your capacity for love. The depth of your sorrow reveals the depth of your heart, and hearts that can feel this deeply, hearts that can crack open and still keep beating, those hearts are being prepared for something extraordinary. The 9 of Swords is saying yes, you went through hell. Yes, it almost broke you. Yes, there were nights when you did not think you would survive the missing them, but you did survive, and that survival changed you into someone capable of receiving what is coming. 10 of Cups appeared and I had to pause because this card does not show up casually after 9 of Swords. This is the card of emotional fulfillment, of love that feels like coming home to yourself. The family stands beneath a rainbow, arms raised in celebration, and their cups form an arc across the sky like a promise kept. This is the card that says everything you went through was worth it. But this is not about getting your ex back. This is bigger than that. This is about love returning to your life in a form so complete, so aligned with who you have become, that you will understand why nothing else worked out. The 10 of Cups represents emotional mastery, relationships that feel effortless because they are built on truth instead of need. When this card follows 9 of Swords, it is showing you that your heartbreak was actually a renovation. You had to break open to make space for this level of happiness. The person you were before could not have handled what is coming. That version of you loved from scarcity, from fear of loss, from patterns inherited from people who never learned how to love themselves. But you went through the fire. You sat with your demons at 3 a.m. and learned their names. You discovered that you can survive without external validation, that your worth is not determined by who chooses to stay or go. And now you are ready for partnership instead of codependency, for celebration instead of convenience. The 10 of Cups is promising that love is not only returning to your life, it is returning upgraded. This might be reconciliation that happens after both people have done the deep work. This might be someone entirely new who recognizes your worth immediately. This might be multiple forms of love flooding in at once because you finally vibrate at the frequency of receiving. But whatever form it takes, it will feel like the universe apologizing for making you wait so long. These two cards together create a bridge between suffering and joy that most people never get to cross. The 9 of Swords teaches you how to be alone without being lonely, how to face your shadows without running, how to sit with discomfort until it transforms into wisdom. The 10 of Cups shows you what becomes possible when you love yourself enough to have standards. when you heal enough to attract what you deserve instead of what feels familiar. This combination is saying that your breakup was not punishment, it was preparation. Every tear you cried watered seeds that are about to bloom. Every night you chose to stay when leaving felt easier built the foundation for what is coming. The universe had to take apart your old definition of love so it could show you what love actually looks like when both people are whole. This pairing confirms that separation sometimes happens not because love is absent, but because love is so present that it demands growth. Some connections can only survive when both people evolve beyond who they were when they first met. If reconciliation is coming, it will be between two people who barely recognize the versions of themselves that first fell apart. If new love is coming, it will feel both completely fresh and strangely familiar, like meeting someone your soul has been talking to long before your paths crossed. Now here is what you need to do with this energy. First, write a letter to your heartbreak thanking it for everything it taught you. Do not skip this step thinking it sounds ridiculous. Sit down with actual pen and paper and write to your pain like it was a teacher who gave you exactly what you needed even though the lessons were brutal. Thank it for showing you how strong you are, for revealing which people are worth your energy, for forcing you to build a relationship with yourself. Then burn the letter or bury it, giving your gratitude back to the earth. Second, create a vision board or written list of what love feels like in your body when it is healthy and reciprocated. Do not focus on what it looks like or who it involves. Focus on the feeling. Love that feels like safety, love that feels like adventure, love that feels like coming home and going on vacation at the same time, love that does not require you to shrink or perform or convince. Get specific about the emotional experience you want to have in partnership because the universe responds to energetic requests, not mental ones. Third, pay attention to signs and synchronicities over the next 30 days because this 10 of Cups energy is already moving things behind the scenes. Notice repeated numbers, unexpected messages, dreams that feel more real than your waking life, chance encounters that do not feel like coincidence. Your love story is being rewritten in real time and the universe will give you breadcrumbs to follow. Ask yourself these questions and sit with them without rushing to answer. What did your heartbreak reveal about your capacity to love? How have you changed in ways that surprise even you? If love returned to your life tomorrow, would you recognize it as the gift you have been asking for? You are not the same person who entered that relationship and you are not the same person who survived its ending. You are someone entirely new. Someone who has been forged in fire and emerged as gold. The love that is coming will match this new version of you. It will honor what you have been through without trying to fix what is not broken. It will celebrate your scars as proof of your courage. You deserve love that feels like freedom, not captivity. You deserve partnership that amplifies your light instead of dimming it. And you are closer to receiving this than your logical mind can comprehend. What is the first feeling that comes up when you imagine love that actually lasts? Let me know in the comments because I read every single one. This is a collective reading. If this resonated, subscribe for more collective readings. Take what connects and let the rest go. I will never contact you privately asking for money or anything else. If you made it to the end of this reading, you were meant to hear every word.